Well, hello boys and girls. Today I am going to show you, if you're a person that has taken on the whole variation listing thing, I'm going to show you a task that needs to be done. And that is when you get additional books to go in an existing variation listing, how you actually list those books. So that is what I am going to do. I'm just hiding myself and making my screen bigger for you guys so that you don't need to be seeing me. You just need to see what I'm doing. How about that? So you can see here what I've done is I've got 2 books to add into a variation listing that I've got for the Magic School Bus. And so there are already 15 books in there, and I want to add an extra 2 in. So I've gone into active listings, I've searched up Magic School because that will actually give me the listing that I want, and now I'm just going to go on and click edit. Now you can take the photos before you do this, or you can take them after. For the purposes so that I can actually show you the whole process, I have taken the photos before. Normally I take the photos after, because it still lists the book. You can still list those books with the cover image, which is this image here. That will be in the book's place until you actually upload the photos of the actual book. Okay, so I'm going to go edit, and that will bring up our listing. And so I've got 2 chapter books to add in. Now one of them, wait till I get in there. All right, so we need to get down, scroll down until you get to this section, which is variations. Then you click on edit, and this is where you can add stuff in. Now I've got 2 chapter books to add in. One, I already have it's already in there. It's called Butterfly, or have I? Maybe not. Perhaps I was imagining it. Oh, I see. I've got a book in there already called Butterfly Bunch, but my book is Butterfly Battle. So no, I've got to add 2 books in. Well, look, just pretend for a minute that we had 2 butterfly bunches, which is the existing one I already started with, and I had another one. If that was the case, all you need to do is scroll down past everything else and go down to where it is in your list here, and you just need to simply change this number here in the quantity column from a 1 to a 2, and then save and get out, and then add the photos in for that book. If you are like me, I like people to be able to see what the photos look like for each book. So if they're pretty much identical, it's not an issue. But if there's, writing in one and not in another type thing, I like to put them in, but that's just me, I'm fussy like that. Anyway, I'm going to put that back to 1. Then we're going to go back up the top. So we need to go up the top here, and we need to go to edit. We just need to go create your own, and we need to write the book title in, which I'm going to write in Butterfly Battle, and add. That's all we need to do. Now, if you want to put these into alphabetical order, which these should be, however they're not, they're almost in order, I think, so Butterfly Battle I'm going to put here, because these are the chapter books, which I've got underneath the bigger books. And then the other one I've got is called Insect Invaders. So that's all we need to do is add that in, and you can just simply drag this to where you want it to go if you do want to put them in alphabetical order or change the order of them. So then you just go update variations. It will ask you, we can add your new variations automatically, or you can do it yourself. So you can make the choice. I can't see why you wouldn't just add automatically, so that's what I do. And then we'll go down here to this section here, which is recently changed. People will have noticed that how it was set up before for the books was a bit different, and this has actually changed. And I'm just bringing up the books on the other screen. So now you can actually drag and drop just like we do normally. You don't actually have to click on it and import. So you can just drag and drop, which is what I'll be doing because I have these photos on my computer. So we have Insect Invaders. Got to highlight it properly. Oh, hang on, that's the wrong one. That's what happens when I have the icons too small. So I'm just dragging and dropping those in and waiting for them to show up. Make sure they're in the right order. Yes, that all looks good. And then butterfly battle also. So we just add that in. I mean, if you've got a lot to do, you can just go and don't have to wait for each book specifically. But you know, just so that you guys can see exactly what's what. I think that was the better way to go. And then we're going to go down the bottom here. Now, I like to, because I can now, because I'm, you know, becoming modern and all that sort of thing, where it's got a barcode, you can actually scan the barcode in at this point. So that's what I'm doing there. And then I'll just scan the other one in. So I don't even have to do that manually, which is good. Saves a bit of time. So that's that one. And then we get to put the prices in. Now, I have already checked the prices on these out. So I'm going to put $6.77 on Butterfly Battle. And I'm going to put $8.77 on Insect Invaders. Now, because I've only added the 2 books in and they're both different prices, I've added them manually by just entering it into those fields. If you've added 6 books, say, and they're all going to be the same price, you can simply go up here. You can tick them, select them, and then you can click on this box here and go enter price. Here is also where you can use this if you've collected all your Magic School Bus books and put them on the same shelf. You can just go and enter your SKU there, which makes it a bit easier, or you've put them all in the same tub or whatever. So that's all also helpful. And yeah, so and it's just it is incumbent to just check that it's Butterfly Battle, right? That's the right image. Yes, so they are right. No, then. Oh, yeah, they are right. Insect Invaders and Butterfly Battle. And then we just go save and close. And that brings us back to the main screen. And it's here on the main screen that you can now make any changes here. So if you need to change anything, if you've decided you want to have different wording in the condition section, or you want to upgrade your bits in here. For example, I'm still in the process of upgrading these. So as I come across them, I changed them because I had all the postage at $9.99. I've now changed that to $11 since the last postage rise because I was just finding too often I was just losing a bit too much money on postage if people bought bigger bundles of books. So if they don't fit into small, it wasn't good. So, so if you need to change anything in there, you can do that now. And then you can go down here, make sure that your postage policy and everything's correct, which this one is. And then all you need to do is go revise it. And that is done. So that's part 1 of what I wanted to show you. Now, oh dear, am I going to be able to think of the book? Pearly. I want to look for the Pearly book. Ooh, no, don't tell me I sold them all. Curly or Wendy. I thought there was still some left. Yes, there are. Wendy Harmer. That's the ones I was looking for, what her books are. So in this situation, what I'm going to do now is show you something else you can do, which is if you've already got a variation listing, but in this instance, I had the Wendy Harmer books. I'll just show you her. Yeah, they are Pearly. Her Pearly books, but Pearly's not in the title here. So, most of them were Pearly books, put it that way. So there's only 1 book left, I believe, in this listing. But I've sold quite a few of these books, so I want to put a different book in here. I kind of am going to steal the existing sales and traction that the Pearly books have had by adding a different one, and that it will also have that 1 Pearly book in it. So yes, that's what I'm going to do now. Now, first thing I need to do is very quickly go into the anyone is around tonight in my Discord at 8:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time, because I just made this picture before. We will be having our weekly reseller workshop, which I have changed the time of to a little bit earlier. Tonight we're going to be talking about productivity and how to work out where are the problems, where are your hold-ups, where are the things that make you stop being productive, how to recognise those things, and then what types of things you can do to fix it so that you can get the most out of your day or your time that you have to spend doing your reselling. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing in there. So please come on into Grumpy Granny's Discord channel, which you'll find the link for that in the it should be in the description of this video, but it should also be at the top of the information where my channel information is on YouTube. So yeah. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go in here, and I have this one here, which is the one that I currently use for my as the main picture for all my variation listings, because it makes them easy to notice. And so I've got a blank version of that in here, and so I'm just going to make a copy of this, and then I'm going to go to that copy that I just made, and I'm going to click on it, and well, not actually click on it, I said open in a new screen, so it's in its own screen. And then what I'm going to first of all do is upload some images. So I'm just going to go upload here. So I use Canva for this. You can use all sorts of different and if you really think these little animals here are cute, that's good, because they will be featuring in an upcoming Let's Read Granny YouTube channel video. So yeah, keep your eyes out for that. They're going to be doing a bit of dancing. All right, upload files. Yeah, if anyone's got kids that might be interested in, you know, I guess mainly the books that I've been reading would be, you know, directed at sort of that preschool through to about 6-year-old kid. I'm also doing some stuff now, some sensory type videos that are for babies, to soothe them, to distract them when they're crying and stuff. So, you know, I'm doing a bit of a range of things on there. So if anyone that you know, if you've got grandkids or your own kids, yeah, send them over there to watch some of my videos, which will be great, because that channel's nowhere near getting monetized yet, and it would be great if I could, you know, get it up and moving a little bit. Because I actually would like to get myself some special software to do even more improved animations. And I can't afford it, so there you go. So if you help me get monetized, I can earn some money off YouTube, and then I can, well, it's not that, it's that I could justify spending the money on the software. How about that, if I put it that way? All right, so yes, I'm going over here because I want to upload these files, which are here. Oops. Under eBay photos, today's date. And so I'm going to just choose, do I like that first one? No. I might choose that one, maybe that one. Oh, maybe that one was better than that one. And the green one, which will be too many, but we'll work them out when they're uploaded. Yeah, I think that second pink one looks, I don't know, I just like that a bit better. It's good to put a bit of a variety of colour. So I'm just going to add these in. Yellow. One. So these are Rainbow Magic books, which are going to take over that listing, basically. So there's my 4 images are in there, and then there should be a copy wide. Is that so I'm just going to call this Rainbow Magic, call the file, give it a file name, so that it's there, and then download it. It just takes a second to download. I hope everybody's getting some good sales at the moment. My sales certainly have picked up, and I've got a folder here which is called Buy 2 Books, and that's where all these images go. So it just goes straight into there, and that's where I'll be able to find it. Right, so I've done that. Now, we're going to go back to this one, close that screen down. So I'm going back to the Wendy Harmer variation listing. Now, keep in mind that there is still going to be, I think, I'll just check, but I think there's probably only one, maybe 2. There's 2 books left out of those, so, but that's fine. So I'm going to edit. So the thing to remember when you do this, if you've still got some of the old ones left, and that is to make sure you don't remove Wendy from the author's information in the main part of the listing, so that if someone's searching Wendy Harmer for those other books, otherwise they won't come up if you take her out. So I'm going to put Rainbow Magic to replace Wendy Harmer's name in there, And I'm going to change the date, which is today. This is just for my own information. I like to know how long things take to sell. So I just change it so I know that I added the books in today. So we've already got Wendy Harmer, Pearly and Opal in there. So what I'm going to do is I need a book to... I'm just being silly because the original one I picked, of course, was the one that had, a really long title. So, all right. So I'm actually going to add a new author, which you can do. So you leave Wendy Harmer in there, and all you do, this is the same for me. If I've got a variation listing, say for example, I might have a crime one where the books are by various authors. I do add all their names in here, because it does help when people are searching for authors. So I'm going to add the person in there, which is Daisy Meadows. So obviously these are popular, so that's good. Add her as one of the authors. Now what I'm going to do in this case is I'm actually going to put the title of the book... no, that's right. So I'm going to leave Pearly and Opal as the book title here, but when I go down here and it's got Pearly as the book series, I'm actually going to change that to be Rainbow Magic, so that either way, if they're searching for Pearly, and what I might do is actually change it and just put Pearly. So if they're looking for Pearly or they're looking for Rainbow Magic and they search for that, my listing will come up. So that should work okay. And, look, everything else is roughly the same. We can add in the illustrator if you are so inclined, which, I am, because I actually think I did have this conversation with someone last night. I'm almost on the edge of being inclined to say that the illustrator is more important than the author. But it's not true, because if the author didn't write the book in the first place, then the illustrator wouldn't be able to do their illustrations. And in books like these, where it is simple illustrations and more words, of course that's not the case. But in some kids' books, it's actually the illustrations that make the story. So I am always inclined to put the illustrators in so that they get their, someone might be wanting to collect certain ones. Right, so again, we're going to go here to the variations and go edit. However, this time, I'm actually going to bin these 3 photos. Now, the reason I'm binning the 3 is because once I deleted that first photo and the second photo fell into the spot into that main photo part, it will take a while, then YouTube will think that is the main photo for quite some time. And in some cases, it's stayed like that for basically forever, which, I don't want it to do. So now I'm going to add in my logo and my postage thing and my Rainbow Magic thing. Right, so that gives us the main image and a new main image and the postage, and that all in the right order, so that's in the right spot. Then we're going to go up here to where you put in the book titles, and we're going to add in the book title. Get the light on so I can see what I'm doing. Right, add. Oh, crikey, I did it again. Add. Okay. I don't know why I keep clicking on the top one, because I never do. So this is Sky, the Blue Fairy. Add. The thing with this listing in, because Rainbow Magic, essentially each book's about a different fairy, it will also mean that, at some point if I've got some odd fairy books, I might actually change this to a fairy listing and add some more in. So that's, that just gives you an extra option. So we've got that one. We have got Josie. Oh, the jewellery making fairy. Well, I didn't know there was a jewellery making fairy, but there you go. And we've got Heidi. Heidi the vet fairy. Didn't know there were so many fairies. We've got Angelica, the angel fairy. Some of these have got numbers on them and some haven't, so I don't know. Because some are 3 stories in one, that is why. That would make sense. Angelica, the angel fairy, we've got. So, Sky, the blue fairy was one of the... I probably should have put the numbers in, but anyway, for this, I'll fix it. I'll edit it later. Ah, dear. Will I or won't I? No, I'm not going to. I'm only making more work for myself. So, Catherine the Fashion Princess Fairy. Oh, she's got a title and a half. And we've got Stella the Star Fairy. And we have Ruby, who, guess what, is the Red Fairy. Never would have guessed. So that's those. I just think I'll leave them in there random. And then we'll go add rows automatically again. And then I just need to put the pictures in. So again, I can drag and drop, which is really good now. Blue Fairy. Oh no, that's the wrong ones. I just put I think this is Ruby. Yes, I should have gone. It's a yellow book that I'm looking for, not a blue book, even though it's a blue fairy. So then we'll go to Josie, the jewellery making fairy, Heidi, vet fairy. Now, as you can see with these variations, so pretty much with the majority of my variations, look, these are inexpensive books. So I'm not making a lot of profit on them. Well, I'm making good profit on them if someone buys 3 or 4, something like that. Well, even if they buy 2, it's better because I don't have to give them one free, so in some ways that's better. But these are not expensive books. I'm not going to be making $30 profit on them, so I need to spend as little time as possible. So I only take the 3 photos, so front, back, and I take a picture of the first page inside, and I do that so that the people can see whether there's writing inside them or not. So that's my idea with that. It's the right one. I should have the icons on extra large instead of what I've got it on, because that's the wrong one. Yeah, time to change the view on my icons from large to extra large so that I can actually see what I'm doing. Where are we? We want Angel. Angel, where are you? Angelic, I should say. Angelica the Angel Fairy, that's right. And then Catherine the Princess Fairy. Stella the Star Fairy. Now, with these two, these are very sparkly covers on these books, so if you're ever trying to take photos of these, if you actually hover over them, all you're going to do is get your reflection in them because they're quite shiny. So it's actually better to stand these up and take your photo looking at them because you'll get less reflection. And then we have Ruby the Red Fairy, of course. Now, once I've uploaded those photos, when I've done quite a few like that, I do just like to do a quick double check that I have put the right photos in the right one and that they've all uploaded properly. So that's correct. That is correct. Heidi the Vet Fairy, yes. Angelica, yes. Catherine, yes. Stella, correct. And Ruby is correct. Right. So then we can just go down to here. And again, if you want to scan the books in. Now, I should have checked to see. No, that's correct. Oops. Buggered that up. I left the thing in there. So it scanned both numbers into the one thing. And then it would have been screaming at me that it was the wrong UPC code. Right. The reason I do this is because people do search via UPC code. Oh, I did it again. Where am I? I'll put 3 in there. Oh, make sure I've got the right book. See, I make mistakes and I'm not concentrating. Too busy talking to you lot. Oh, my cord's hooked on something. Now, what else was I supposed to be saying when I got distracted with the fact that I had kept scanning into the same box? No idea. Green and yellow. I'm going to just take a punt. So I'm going to just I'm going to take a punt. I'm only going to price check 1 or 2 of these, which being the smaller ones, which are the single books. Oh, that's right. People are scanning with the UPC codes now, and although not very many people are listing with them. So that's going to nab me buyers that my books will come up. My variation listing will come up if someone's searching via UPC code, and I'll get that buyer. So there. Any solds? Well, yes. Looks like she sells. Okay, yes. I was going to say around about the $4 mark. So, yes. So I'm going to price these smaller ones. I'll just tick the smaller ones. And I'll go up here and I'll say enter price, and I'm going to put in $4.77, save, and tick those, and then tick the rest. Ready for coming back. Now, why would you want to do this rather than starting a fresh variation listing? Why wouldn't you want to do it? You already have sales of books. In this particular case, there's already been 8 books sold out of this listing, which will mean that someone that's searching my books will come up higher because they've had existing sales, and it will show that they have sold, and so people will be more inclined to buy them. Just the way it works. So 7... yeah, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go back, and these books I'm going to enter the price of $7.77, save. So that's why you hijack one of these existing listings, and it's also why I'm going to leave all the pearly ones in there so that it does show that there's been books sold out of there. Yeah, why not? Why wouldn't you? So yeah, I'm going to call it hijacking. So now all I need to do is go save and close. Well, it's not now all I need to do. Then, so as well as Wendy Harmer's books in there, we now have Wendy Harmer. So I'm going to put Wendy Harmer. What of Wendy Harmer? Change this a little bit. I'm just going to change this. I'm going to put authors, Wendy Harmer. So instead of, again, I'm taking a shortcut here by not rewriting the whole thing, okay? Because there's a lot of similarities between Pearly is actually a little fairy, in case you didn't know. So I'm putting more fairy books in there. So the blurb, and it's a general blurb, it's going to work for both. And Daisy Meadows, perfect for young readers seeking humour and adventure, knowing for and I'll just take that out, engaging storytelling and witty narratives. These books, I'm going to change that to these books are perfect for. And then in this next sentence, known for engaging storytelling and witty narratives. These works cater to children and teens, early teens they would, blending comedy with heartwarming tales. And apparently that should have been really... whether exploring, so just put a series or standalone novels, each book brings a unique journey into imagination and laughter. All good. Then I'm going to now change this to my $11 postage policy and scroll down here and change it to that, which is this one. And basically we're done now. So I'm just going to revise that and we will go and view our listing. So there we have it. So it's got the new blurb. It now says Rainbow Magic Children's Fiction. But if anyone was to search for Wendy Harmer, that will also come up, and they can see in the pictures over here, they can see the Wendy Harmer books. And if someone searched for Wendy Harmer, it would also come up. And then when they go in here to look at what books are available, they can scroll down and see there is a Pearly left, one Pearly, and another book by Wendy Harmer. And then we have got all the fairy books from Rainbow Magic. So yeah, I'm essentially hijacking that one. And you'll see here, this is where it starts to work, because it tells you that there are already 8 sold, and that really works. And that helps, because the more sales you get, the more traction you get. And that's why I think this is just such a great way of doing it and such a great option. But if you wondered how to hijack one of your variation listings for a different type of thing before all the other books are gone, well, that's how I do it. Just saying. All right, that is it, boys and girls. I hope that you will find that helpful. And no doubt I'll see you again shortly, either in the reseller workshop in my Discord tonight or sometime soon when I do another video. Bye now. That's my grumpy granny reading my kids' books voice, which I have noticed now that when it's not when I'm speaking to other people, but I've actually noticed once I put the headphones on and the microphone's in front of me, I've just it just seems to be an automatic thing now that my voice is going in almost into that, well, it does. I veer off into that sing-songy type kids' book reading voice. So I do apologise for that. It is not, I don't consciously do it. It's just, I've been doing so many kids videos of late that it just seems to be happening. So there you go. All right. Hooroo.